Hello, my name is Satish Guru, and this is my travel companion app developed for the 2.1 PTAX. And in this video, I will explain the user interface design, the code logic behind the application, and demonstrate how the app works. So, starting with the user interface of the application, I have used linear layout as the main layout. So it is a layout in Android that arranges elements either vertically or horizontally. And in my application, I have used vertical orientation so that all components are arranged from top to bottom. So inside the main linear layout, I have used another linear layout because it helps to group the related components together, such as text view, spinner, input field, and buttons. So I've used this nested layout to make the UI like more structured and easier to manage. So now moving on to the main activity.java file where the core logic of the application is implemented. So here the core part of my program is the convert value function, which takes like four parameter, which is selected category, the unit convert from, the unit convert to, and the value entered by the user. So inside this function, I mainly used if else condition to control the logic because each category has different formulas and condition. So like using a if else, it makes like the code like more easier to manage. So first the function checks like which category is selected. If the category is currency, then the code enters the currency block, and inside that I have used if else against to convert the value into a base unit, which is USD. So after converting to USD, I again use if else condition to convert from USD to the selected target currency like Australian dollar or European. So next is if the category is fuel, I again use if else to handle different unit combinations such as miles per gallon to kilometer per liter. So the code checks the selected unit and applies the correct formula. Same for the temperature, and after that the onCreate method. So this method is responsible for setting up the app when it starts. So here I have like connected all the UI components like spinner, editor, text view, and button using find view by ID. After that, I have created a string array called categories, which stores the three conversion type: currency, fuel, and temperature. Then I have used array adapter to connect this array to the spinner category. So in an Android, the adapter works like a bridge between the data and the spinner UI. So the spinner can display the category option to the user. So next I have implemented is on set on item selected listener on the category spinner. So this means whenever the user selects a different category, the app automatically updates the from and to unit spinner with the correct option. So to demonstrate how this method works, I'll do it quickly on the emulator. So if I select currency, it will be changed to USD to USD. If I select fuel, it will change the from and to the its own unit. And after that, next comes is the button convert on which I have implemented used on set on click listener so that when the button is clicked, the method like it starts collecting the selected category, the from unit, the to unit, and the input value entered by the user. Then I added input validation. So the first validation checks if the input value is empty. If it is empty, it shows an error message. Next I have used try-catch to check if the value is numeric or non-numeric, and the next one is identity conversion. So this condition checks if the user have selected the same unit from for both from to, and in this case the app simply returns the same value. Additionally, I have for the fuel category, the validation, I have added the validation to prevent negative value because fuel values should not be negative. So if all the validation pass, the app calls the convert value function and displays the result in the text view. So let's test it out. So I have already run the app, and let's first try the currency from USD to Australian dollar. Enter the value to 12, convert, and it's $18. It's successfully running. Let's try with fuel. C to kilometer. Let's do it 12 again, 5, and let's run the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. When we convert it, it converts successfully. Let's check the validation. So if I don't enter anything and leave it empty, it sends a message saying, please enter a value. So another one is for the negative value. If I enter minus 32 and convert it, uh, not for the temperature, I mean for the fuel. We have done it for the fuel. If I do enter the negative value, it sends a message fuel values cannot be negative. And the next one is the non-numeric value. If I try to enter non-numeric value, it will send please enter a valid number. So this is all for the 2.1 PTOX.